How's it going, guys? This is Ruined All here. We're gonna do some Game Dev Tycoon today. If y'all ain't never heard of it before, it's a small little game here made by Greenheart Games. It's got a small little following to it. I find it pretty interesting, a fun game to play. It's a bit of a time killer, kind of like a Civ 5, but it's got the same to where you'll sit there and be like, oh, just one more turn, before you realize it, it's 4 o'clock in the morning and you gotta work in 3 hours. But in this game, you start off in the 80s at some point in the 80s. It doesn't really give you an exact year. It just tells you somewhere in the 80s. And that you start by in your garage, or somebody's garage, and you work your way up to where you're a huge corporation making video games and stuff. You get graded on each video game, you make money, you advance in, the whole video game industry. Really fun game. We're using 2 mods for it. One is staff gains experience from games, which is kind of like an ease of living type mod, where basically instead of you having to train your characters or your staff all the time, wasting so many research points and money, they'll gain 2 to 6 points in design, tech, speed, research, whatever, after every game, which really just helps out in the long run, saves you a little bit of cash, a little bit of time, a little bit of research points. Don't really change too much into the game. The other one is called percentagers, which basically just adds percentages to all your sliders so you can actually see what percentage you got the slider on. Another ease of living one, so that you can be a little bit more precise on where you want your sliders to be. See, we're going to start a new game today. Welcome to Game Dev Tycoon. In this business simulation, you have been transported back in time to start your very own game development company right at the beginning of the PC revolution. In the next 35 years, you can build your dream company, create best-selling games, gain fans, and become the leader of the market. That's actually pretty much all true. You can do every bit of that. See, before you can start your adventure, you have to give your company, or upcoming company, a name. We shall call our company Blue Sun, because why not, right? Let's see, we will be, we'll just go with Rendell. Keep it simple, easy, and I can remember it. I should, right? I should be able to remember that. We'll just go over and override this one. As you can see, I have played through this game several times with a lot more different mods and everything on it. We'll go ahead and just pull this up so it'll stop the time. I've gotten about 30 hours into this game, so I know a good bit about it. We went ahead and put the hints back on it from my previous Let's Plays, or not Let's Plays, but gameplays of it. And it helps you learn more and more. As you go through, you create game reports after each game you make, and each of those game reports tells you if engine was good for this one, if it wasn't good, or if gameplay was good, or it wasn't good. And it just helps out a little bit here and there. Let's see what our topics we got. Cyberpunk, Evolution, Business, and Wild West. Let's see. From the hints from the previous games, I know Evolution is good for ready for E for everyone. Cyberpunk is good for E and mature. I never really messed with target audience for the young. I don't know. I've just never really messed with it too much. I haven't really done a whole lot with Wild West or Business either. So let's actually make our first game being the Wild West then. See, it's a Wild West game, so it should be an action game. That sounds about right. We can go with PC on this one. We will call it Gun. Why not? Sounds simple, easy. Text-based graphics or 2D graphics. I mean, since I have the option, why go with the text-based? I might as well do a 2D graphics game. I got $70,000. It's a 15K. $5,000 more dollars to get a 2D graphics game versus text-based. Who the hell wants to play text-based games, right? Start development. Now, let's see, these are your sliders here. Double negative is bad, double positive is important. Triple positive, it's the most important thing. Don't need that. Drop it down to 10%, which is the lowest it can go. So we're going to leave this one about 33, pumping this one to about 56, 66. Hit OK, and we'll see where we get from here. As you can see, he's got the bugs here, which ain't got none in, thank God so far. Got 4 in design, 4 in technology, 5 in research. research points are spent like money in order to buy new, not buy new, but learn new topics, increase graphics capabilities, such and such. So you want to raise our artificial intelligence, drop the dialogue. We're going to keep level design at 3333 for the moment, and that'll be okay. Now what's weird is that this basement, garage, whatever you want to call it, it's a piece of shit. I mean, the drywall's coming off. You can see the bricks behind it. There's a car down there. And if you pay attention right around here, you'll notice that we pay about 7 to 8 grand, one of the two, I can't remember for sure, a month to work out of this garage. Which basically means somebody is chipping the living hell out of us, man. It'd be cheaper to do it in his own living room. What? It's just ridiculous. So we got 3 bugs here. So you want to just wait for him to work those bugs out. Got an extra tech there before we finished. And this is what you gain, gain points as you make games. So you only got 4 plus 4 to technology there, so we went from 300 to 304. See, it's not like a huge increase, but a little bit here and a little bit there, it helps out. So release the game. Let's see what we get. Our first reviews are in. Let's hope big. Now we got a 5. 5 out of 10 is not very great. 6. 6. And I think they were just being generous, in all honesty. 5, 6, 6, 8. That's a big jump. I'm not going to complain, but I think they were being generous. Blue Sun, a newcomer in the game industry, has just released their first game, Gun. The game received favorable reviews. With such a good start, Blue Sun are sure to gain fans quickly. Let's see. We shall go ahead and generate that game report. We got a 6.25 because of that 8. Let's see. Gun sold 2,162 units in its first week on the market. We made it in the charts at number 74. Made 13 paints. Gun was so successful that we now have 13 paints. And we made 15k off of it. It's not too bad. For our first game, there's another 16 fans. Our post-release analysis of Gun is complete, and we got the following. Wild West and action is a good combination. I thought it would be. Engine seems to be very important for this type of game. Dialogue seems to be not at all important for this type of game. Okay. Now we're wanting to get to 50 research so that we can get this custom game engine right here. It costs us 50 research points. Let's see what we got. We got sports, romance, ninja, and UFO. Sports are never bad. You can't go wrong with a good sports game. Ninja games are pretty good. I've never really messed around with romance or UFO either. So we might pick one of those up just to throw a game together on that, see what we can do with it. But we're not going to research anything right now. We're just going to keep pumping out some games until we get to that 50 research points. I think the next game we're going to do is going to be a cyberpunk game. We're going to make it an RPG for PC. And we shall call it... 2012. We're in the 80s. 2012 was a long time away when you was in the 80s. And they thought we'd have flying cars by now back then. Which we don't. Which kind of sucks. Because I would love to have a flying car that would be like that thing. So we're going to drop engine. Raise this. We're going to try to lower the gameplay part down to 31. See if that helps a little bit. I'll drop a little bit. Drop about 2%. Give us a little bit more on the story quest side. But I'm thinking we might go with action RPGs or adventure RPGs. I'm not for sure which one yet. We'll see. Feel free to leave comments in the comments too. If you think we should go what combo, because we need to kind of figure it out early. That way, because you only wind up with 6 employees plus yourself to make a 7th total, and so you have to be able to specialize each of them. and you want to specialize them into things that's really good. Like, for example, we're going to do RPGs, just flat RPGs. We would want a guy specialized in world design, because that's 3 pluses right there, guys. That is like super important. And so we want somebody that's like a god at doing world design, you know. And we'd also want to focus on world design so we can get that as high of a level as we can by the time we get to AAA games. Gun is now off the market. It sold 9,798 units, generating $68,621 in sales. That's pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah, that's $8K in monthly costs. That is expensive, man. I mean, that better be like a Persian rug or something there. Recent market studies suggest that the Jovodor G64 is steadily outselling competitors in the PC sector. Consumers prefer the lower price, greater availability, and flexible hardware configuration over other home computers. Experts say that this might spell the end of computing hardware manufacturers. We might release a game for that. We just might release one. Okay. I can't remember what our other ones were. This might be a design record. Our design increased by 0. Our tech increased by 1 again. And our speed increased by 1. Not bad. Yeah, it was a design record. Late game, this can get all the way up into the thousands. Which is usually when you've got several specialists on your team and you're making AAA games. The first reviews for our newly released game 2012 came in. Reviews for 2012. We got a 6. Well, you know, it shows potential. Got a has its moments of 5. Awesome. And Cyberpunk and RPG is a great combination. And, oh wow. Okay. All games. They were kind to us. Now they're being an asshole. Critics, man. It's ridiculous. So we're not quite to 50 yet. I'm going to generate another game report. That's a 5. A 5, man. That is crazy. Alright, so. We learned going down to 31 from 33 was not a good idea. Alright, see, let's develop a new game. We'll do Evolution this time, and we shall call it Dinos. Why not, right? Why not? We'll do a simulation, and we don't know if that's going to be good on that or not. Well, there's only one way to find out, right? So we'll just do simulation there. Evolution and simulation is a great combo. Next, we want a 2D graphics, start development. According to rumors, the Japanese company Ninvento is planning to launch its very own home gaming console. Ninvento is known for the wildly successful arcade game Dinky King. As you can tell just from reading that, they pun all of the original games. You know, instead of Nintendo, it's Ninvento. Instead of Donkey Kong, it's Dinky Kong. I kind of like that about it. You know, it's a nice little way to get around copyright. Many industries experts doubt that home gaming consoles will take off, but we are eager to see what Ninvento will deliver. We all know that they will take off. Hugely. Let's see, we want story and quest to go all the way down to 10%. We want gameplay to go all the way up. And we're going to raise this to... It was at 33. Going down was bad, so we're going to go up to 34. It's not too much of a difference, but it's a little, you know. See if that pumps our numbers up a little bit so we hopefully get a better review. Because we need to get $1 million before we can move out of this basement. Which is kind of sad that it takes $1 million to move out of a basement. But hey, you know. Alright, 34 again, 55 and 10. I don't know why the mod cuts that off and makes it look like 0%. It is 10%. It only does it on that side. It's weird. I think it's just it cuts off the one that's in the white, so you can't see it. Probably thinks what happens. I'm gonna try to keep the videos to around 30 minutes. And I mean, obviously, you know, if things are going on, like we're about to release a AAA game, or we're about to unlock, you know, MMOs or something, it might run a little bit longer than 30 minutes. But for the most part, we're going to try to keep them at around the 30-minute mark. That way, you know, it's not too long for you guys. Because, I mean, nobody wants to watch an hour-long video, 2-hour-long videos, really. So, I mean, 30 minutes seems to be a fair bit. And we'll try to release a video every day. 2012 is now off the market. It sold 9,791 units, generating 68,579 in sales. Yeah, well, we'll try to release a video every day. Some days, you know, we might not be able to, but we're going to shoot for daily videos. See, design increase from 301 game plus 1, and then technology game plus 1, and speed game plus 1. And this doesn't make sense, you know. Design increase from 301 plus 1 to 301. That's not right. It should be 302. I mean, this one went from 305 plus 1 to 306, 301 plus 1 to 302. That should be 302 as well. Oh well. It'll be alright. It's just 1 point, you know. If it was 10, you have some issues. But I mean, it's 1. You know, 1 point's not too big of a deal. Release game. Oh yeah. Alright, well, we got our 50 research points, so we'll be able to create our own custom game engine here. Today, Nintendo has confirmed recent rumors and announced their plans to release a new home gaming console called TES early next year. The console features cartridge-based games and a uniquely designed controller. The first reviews for our newly released game Dinos came in. Oh wow, okay, yeah, that's bad. 6, not bad. 5, 6, okay. Let's generate a game report on that one. Apparently, simulation doesn't do very good on the G64. Thinking it could just be and we just suck. You know, one of the two. Hi there, I've just finished Dinos and I'm impressed by your talent. I'm in the contracting business and we could use skills like yours. If you're ever short on cash, just let me know and I will see if I have some work for you. Jason. Okay. Sales record. Dino has achieved a company sales record with over 10,000 units sold. This is an important milestone in the history of Blue Sun. That's weird because that's like possibly the worst game we've made yet. Our post-release analysis of Dinos is complete, and we got the following results. Artificial intelligence seems to be very important for this type of game. Yeah, it does. Alright, so we're going to research custom game engine. We've got $133,000, so we should be able to make our custom game engine $150,000 now. That was perfect timing. Our month came in, our $8,000 monthly bill, and we made 17 grand, so we actually made profit there as well. We have successfully researched custom game engine. New research available, game tutorials. Well, you know what we're going to do? We're going to research game tutorials. That's 40k, 15 research points, drops us down to 2. We got the money, research points, so why not, right? Why not? Everybody liked the tutorial on the game. We have successfully researched game tutorials. So we are going to create a custom game engine. We shall call it, well, we're Blue Sun, so we'll call it Blue Flame. Why not? We want 2D graphics, linear storyline, save game, and game tutorials. It's going to cost us $120,000. So we'll have $27,000 left. Let's do it. We're going to do it. It's going to be make it or break it. We're still making some cash on Dinos. Not a lot, but some. Well, you know, we actually made $162,000 on it and sold 23,000 units. That's not bad. Not bad for a bad game. We got 23,000 to make this next game, so let's hope we can pull it off. Today, the new game platform, TES by Navento, has been released. We do not have the money for that. That's like the cheapest license you can get in the game, and it's like $80,000. I think we're just a bit shy. Damn, months keep coming and we keep losing money. We might go into the hole for this one, guys. Oh, we got an achievement. 100,000 engines. That's over 100k an inch. Your new game engine, Blue Flame, is now complete. Awesome, because now we need to develop a game before we go too broke. We're going to go with another Wild West. We're going to do action. Back on... Well, it's got a pretty big market share, 35.8%. Since we don't own the license for TES, we're going to go with the G64 for now. Our Blue Flame, we shall call this Shotgun. Just to stick with the, you know, the naming. I drew a blank on what that's called. Oh, Shotgun cost us 50k. We're now negative 35. We can go to negative 50 before we go bankrupt. Going bankrupt is how you lose the game. I have not yet gone bankrupt in a game, but there's always a first. And where's your one pump to sort that one's at a 6. There we go, 60, 30, 10. That's perfect. That's perfect. But when you hit that point, like right here, you're about to sit, it seems that you have some serious financial difficulties and your company is about to go bankrupt. After careful consideration, we have decided to offer you a deal. We will give you $90,000, which should move you out of the danger zone, but in return, you have to commit to pay us $162,000 in a year's time. Obviously, this is not something we want to do, because that's almost double we have to pay them what they're giving us. Which is just crazy, you know. But we're gonna have to do it because we don't want to go bankrupt and lose, you know, before we get out of the basement. So we're gonna do it. Puts us back to 30k, $90,000 bailout. We just gotta make sure we have like 180,000 by month 5 of year 3 or month 4 of year 3, whichever it was. So we're going to drop this down to where artificial intelligence is at a 60, right there, 60, 30, 10 again. Hopefully, this will be our moneymaker right here. With any luck, this will be our like 9, 10-star game, which will be epic, and we can actually get, hopefully, out of this basement. 10, 60, 30 again. All right. We'll also later on get to where we can actually like promote our video games and shit, do giant promotions and things. And they have a G3, which is, you know, basically E3 that you can go to, and you can also create your own gaming convention as well later on in the game through the different unlockables. We hit level 2. That's nice. Come on. Give us our review. Wow, we have $951 out of that monthly cost. Jesus. The first reviews for our newly released game Shotgun came in. Oh, 9, yes. 7. 9. And 9. Alright, informed gamer is an asshole. Look at that. We were in the hole. We have $900 to our name. Triple nines, one guy that played this game said 7. 1. There's always that asshole, guys. There's always that asshole. Generated game report. Dropped this to an 8.5. Our post-release analysis of Shotgun is complete, and we got the following results. Sound seems to be quite important for this type of game. Level design seems to be quite important for this type of game. Cool. Alright, so we're up to 142k right now. Not too bad. So we don't really want to research nothing yet. Nothing new that we can learn just yet. So we're going to go ahead and develop another game while we're still going here. Why not? We'll do business, make it a simulation for the PC. It's a great combo. Using our Blue Flame engine, and we shall call it Blue Collar. 2D graphics version 2. See, that 60-30-10 did good last time, so I think we're going to keep it with that. Especially with this one, since we have one for each of these. We might tinker with the stage 2 a little bit, because I don't think we actually have anything unlocked that we could put in that one anyways just yet. Yeah, there's nothing even unlocked. So we might just bump our level design up just a bit, to about right there. That way just possibly pump it up just a little bit higher. Alright, this one, we got graphics and sound. World design don't mean nothing, so we got it all the way down. So this seems, yeah, we'll keep that to 1030-60. The recently released TES home console by Nintendo has proven to be a massive success. Sale numbers have exceeded expectations by far. Okay. As one customer says, I love the games that come with the TES, and playing with the controller is so much more fun than the keyboard. I disagree with that one. I actually find it more fun to play with the keyboard. But that's just me. Shotgun is now off the market. It sold 33,214 units, generating $232,000 in sales. Well, that's not bad. Yeah, even though I find it more fun to play with the keyboard and mouse, there are some games you just can't do that. Like, for example, Dark Souls. That is a terrible game to play with a keyboard and mouse. You're just asking to die. Our technology's coming along quite nicely. We're at 311. New records, dialogue level, world design level, 2D graphics level, and sound level. Awesome. We can now research mono sound. Well, let's go ahead. We'll go ahead and just research that. It's 40k, 15 research points. We won't create a new engine for it just yet, but we'll go ahead and get it researched for when we do create a new engine. The first reviews for our newly released game, Blue Collar, came in. Let's hope big. 8's not bad. I'm happy with 8. I can live with that. 7's iffy. Okay, there's another 8. 7. Okay, so it's a 7.5, which that's not terrible. That's not a terrible rating. We're 14th ranked in the first week. We have successfully researched mono sound. Let's go ahead and generate our game report. According to our market research, the recently published game Blue Collar is a surprise hit with players. The developer Blue Sun is fairly new to the gaming industry, but we cannot wait for what they will develop next. Really? If it's a surprise hit, why did it get such a low rating? That is a good question. Our post-release analysis of Blue Collar is complete, and we got the following results. World design seems to be not very important for this type of game. Okay, sure, that's fine. Let's see. Alright, well, so we're going to go ahead and save here. Because we are hitting that 30-minute mark, which is where I said we was going to try to hold off and stop each game. And since this seems to be a pretty decent starting point, or stopping point, I mean, We just released a game which turned out to be a surprise hit, even though it was only rated at 7.5. We've managed to get 708 fans. We've got $315,000 in the bank. We're almost in year 3. And our game's not doing too bad. We got 34 research points. We haven't had a flop of a game yet, which, keep your fingers crossed, it doesn't happen. It probably will. It probably will, though, at some point. But let's hope it doesn't. But if you enjoyed this game, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see if I can get it to everybody in the comments section. You guys all have a good night.